What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It's never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now today, it's just after 9 o'clock in the morning. I've had one espresso, so I need another 4 or 5. But I just wanted to play you guys the full interview with Monica Long from Ripple. It's probably the most bullish interview you're going to see this first quarter of this year of 2025. This is insane. We're only 13 days away from Donald Trump becoming the next US president. Gary Gensler leaving office. Just watch this interview, absorb it, research it. It's freaking mind-blowing. I'm going to have another espresso. Stay tuned, stay bullish, keep dollar cost averaging into real world utility cryptocurrencies. Big things are coming. Also, Hedera just announced that they're working with NVIDIA and Intel. Mind blown. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. Join earncurveinvest.com. The waitlist is growing. If you haven't done that, all of the official links are below. Go join the Wall Street Bull University as well. The Patreon is down below. My spot trading bots are still going. They will not stop. The market is down today. Bitcoin's currently trading at 94,000. It did dip to like $93,000 last night USD. I'm not even worried about that. Big things are coming this year. It's freaking exciting. Anyway, I'm going to have another espresso. Have a good day, Bulls. I'll speak to you all later on. Peace.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. So the Ripple stablecoin is a one-to-one dollar-pegged token. And so it is really about facilitating things like payments. The majority of what we have focused on at Ripple is enabling cross-border payments that are faster, always on 24/7, lower cost than more traditional means. And so stablecoins like Ripple USD really facilitate that for our customers. And XRP, it continues to be a native token on the public blockchain, the XRP ledger. And so that token is also very useful for fast payment transactions on that blockchain.
Does this create competition with XRP, though? Are you concerned that with this new stablecoin, folks will be less interested in XRP?
We see them as really complementary to one another. So dollars can be a very effective means for payments, and we have seen that demand from within our customer base. Over time, we facilitated north of $70 billion in cross-border transactions through our payment solutions, and we've already been using stablecoins as a part of that equation. XRP is it's the native asset to the blockchain, so it's used for things like transaction fees on the blockchain, but then also can be a bridge asset to trading different tokens on the XRP ledger. So we really see the two playing complementary roles.
Speaking of bridge assets, I'm wondering what this means for on-ramp, off-ramp transactions when it comes to new stablecoins for cross-border payment users. What does the new stablecoin really solve? Is there a real reason at the end of the day you felt the need to go in this direction?
Yeah, so the stablecoin market today is, more than $150 billion for U.S. dollar stablecoins, and it's projected to grow to $3+ trillion over the next few years. So this is a market that is exploding. And you just mentioned a key use case for on-ramping and off-ramping into, the blockchain universe from the fiat world or the traditional world. And so we think that the market is continuing to grow and expand, and so having access to compliant, reliable stablecoins, that's the most important thing in a stablecoin, is that it has to be stable and you have to be able to trust the issuer to keep it one-to-one backed. The Ripple US dollar is regulated by New York Department of Financial Services. Their regulation is really seen as kind of the gold standard globally in terms of how rigorous they are with their framework. And so that is, I think, a reason that especially regulated financial institutions will choose to use Ripple US dollars for, on-ramping and off-ramping into the blockchain world.
Monica, as I was preparing for this and reading about this announcement, one thing that struck me was the fact that some of the biggest exchanges out there are missing from this announcement. So right now, this is available on Bitso, MoonPay, CoinMina, additional listings coming on Bullish, Mercado Bitcoin, and others. What about a huge platform like Coinbase and others, for example? When does that happen?
We are continuing to expand distribution and availability of Ripple dollars on other exchanges. So I think you can expect to see more availability, more announcements coming soon.
How soon?
Imminently.
Well, we'll look out for that. What about in terms of adoption? How big do you expect this to get in the next year realistically? I mean, do you have a baseline kind of projection on how big it could get based on the adoption you're talking about with clients? Do you think large institutions are using this? Who's using it?
So, I mean, if we look at the crypto landscape overall, I mean, it has certainly been, the market's been growing in the past couple quarters. And, we think that this year is going to be a big year for crypto overall. And so demand for stable coins, we think will grow along with that. As you mentioned, I mean, it's really the way to on-ramp and off-ramp. It's also used as a key asset in trading. So we think that the market's going to grow tremendously over the course of the next year. Our demand from within our client base, our business doubled within payments last year. And so we see a really strong growth trajectory for our payment solution. And with that, Ripple US dollar will have a premium role.
Monica, what about other asset types? You've seen a lot of interest when it comes to ETFs tied to cryptocurrencies. A lot of questions around whether you could see an ETF tied to spot XRP. What kind of discussions are you having with people about this? Do you think we'll see one soon?
I think we will see one very soon. I think that we will see more, various crypto spot ETFs this year coming out of the U.S. And I think XRP is likely to be next in line after Bitcoin and ETH. There's already been a number of different companies like Canary and others who have filed. And so we think, especially with the administration change, and that the approvals of those filings will accelerate.
Hey, Monica, before we let you go, a very basic one when it comes to Ripple USD versus XRP. Lay out for us who each of these are for.
So both are openly available to users. So with Ripple US dollars, we see growing institutional demand within the world, within our customer base for Ripple payments. I mentioned that, and we work with primarily regulated payment service providers and other financial institutions. We also work with a lot of banks. We are a custody provider through Ripple Custody, and they are some of the biggest banks in the world, are really interested in providing tokenized asset services. And so with that, U.S. dollar stablecoins are really important to facilitate those use cases. So we see, institutional demand growing for Ripple U.S. dollars, and alongside XRP as well. And as the crypto market expands overall next year, I think there will also be a growing retail need for dollar stablecoins in trading.
Ripple President Monica Long, going to have to leave it there. Monica, Happy New Year, and thanks so much for joining us on Bloomberg Crypto.
Thank you for having me.